black people or Hispanic people, how they getting killed in the streets, and they millionaires. Like that shit don't happen, you know. Happened to King Von, like we mentioned earlier, Tupac, Biggie, XXX, what's his name from the Migos, Takeoff, Offset.
No, it is Takeoff.
No, it is Takeoff. Yeah.
Damn.
Takeoff.
Damn, I just more my fault.
Yeah, so like Takeoff like that.
That's fucked up.
Yeah. But like that shit don't happen to white people.
No.
Have you watched Ahsoka yet?
No, I haven't actually.
You slacking.
Oh yeah, there we go. Moving the camera again. Sorry, I was just getting a little comfortable. And I move shit. Did I just shut the light off?
Nah, I think that was me. Yeah.
I was about to say, damn. See, I did that with my mind.
I was confused too.
This shit just shut off. Ahsoka. No, I haven't seen it. I will. I actually have Disney Plus. That's the funny part. And
I remember I told you.
Oh yeah.
You tried it out?
I did. Yeah. I did, and I have it. It's great. I don't use it because I think I forget that I have it now, but it's great. I logged in. It worked.
They got mad stuff up there, bro. Like mad stuff.
Yeah. See, on Disney, when I go to Disney, I go straight to like classic movies that I haven't watched since I was a kid.
Like what? Like I know.
Like I watched The Bug's Life the other day.
Toy Story.
Yeah, I watched Toy Story.
Bug's Life. I ain't seen that in mad long, and that was one of my favorite movies.
It's so funny, and there's a lot of things that you catch, like now that you're older, you know what I'm saying, or now that we're older, you catch like little references and shit.
Right.
And it's fucking hilarious.
Bro, I
fucking love it.
Do you heard about like so they're making a Bambi movie, and they considering in the Bambi movie taking out Bambi's mom dying because they're like it's too traumatizing to kids.
I mean, if we had to go through that trauma and we came out perfectly fine, I think they will. That's part of the story. That's part of Bambi. Like if you take that out of Bambi, you're taking out like the core of the story. You know what I'm saying? It's supposed to be
right. Like that kind of sets the tone for like everything
else that
happens in Bambi's life.
You know what I'm saying? Because like if Bambi's mom didn't die, then
right.
Or are they just gonna imply it?
Nah, I heard that they was gonna just remove it completely. Like the fact that she dying will go in a different direction of the story. They're doing the same thing with Snow White. They changing up Snow White in Disney, making this also. They changing up Snow White, and like a lot of people are already upset with the movie because they changing up like, oh, it's not about like her trying to find Prince Charming or whatever the case. Like
because she doesn't need a man to
exactly,
validate her type
yes.
Shit. Bro. It's a fucking story, like,
bro.
But I get it, right? Because then I guess then you grow up thinking shit like that. I guess like
I
to a certain extent.
To a certain extent, though. I mean,
you could also like parent, and
right, exactly.
Like,
you can actually
and
parent.
Also you don't need.
Right.
A man to save you because you could do it yourself.
It's like love stories where a woman is chasing a man nowadays is like bad. It's wrong. It's like not okay because now you just kind of putting the woman down.
It's not the societal norm.
It's not the case or whatever. And the situation with the Snow White movie is like kind of crazy because the lead actress who's playing Snow White, she's like going mad hard about all this stuff, and people are like, they not really feeling like her like super aggressive like point of view on like how Snow White should be or whatever the case. So like now it's like a crazy thing or whatever. So we're like,
next there's gonna be outrage. Like they're not gonna be dwarves anymore.
Well, that's another thing. They're doing something else with
to little people.
Yes. Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes. And they I was watching. I think it was on like Piers Morgan. He had like one of the dwarf actors on there, and they was debating with somebody else, and he was like, "Oh, like, you know what I'm saying? We're called dwarves. Like, what else? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? What else do you want us to be called? Like, you know what I mean?" And like,
That's
it was
literally
just,
dwarfism, isn't
yeah,
it?
exactly, yeah. It was just like a whole crazy situation. I mean, I think people are just, I don't know, society is just a little bit too much on the softer side nowadays. The more and more and more I look around, the more and more I see, uh, like over exaggerations to like situations. And truthfully, I think it's like a direct, uh, it's like a direct correlation for like what the other side is doing, right? You know what I mean? Like it's not like actually like people care about these problems so much as what they care about is competing against the other group of like let's just say people in America in general who are like the opposite. Because let's be for real, there's basically two types of Americans. Maybe it's like three. It's like three types of American. You know what I mean? You either some extreme Democrat or an extreme Republican, or you like the person that's just kind of like in between is like, both of y'all are kind of right. Both of y'all also both crazy.
Yeah.
Like,
There's close to no, in my opinion, like no middle ground. You know what I'm saying? I feel like most Americans go one way or the other. You know what I'm saying? There's like very few people who are like, I don't really give a fuck about any of this shit. Like,
100%.
I don't, me personally, I don't care, like, about any Snow White or any, like, that shit doesn't affect my day if I just won't see it if I don't want to. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just my view. Like I've if it doesn't interest me, I just won't do it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like there shouldn't be outrage over fucking Snow White. Right?
Yeah, I mean, there's outrage, bro. It's crazy how much outrage.
And I
there
think it's
is.
stupid to change the story too. It's like that's what the story is. Like
That's what the story is. It's like, okay, like make another story about another character versus
they do it all the time. What
remaking
isn't
old
there a movie
characters.
Brave? Isn't that about like a little girl who's like empowered and does her own thing?
Oh
Doesn't
yeah,
need a
I think
doesn't need a
yeah, I think I
dude
know
or
what you're
whatever.
talking about.
I think
Yeah.
it's called Brave, if I'm not mistaken.
And again, that's a good movie to like, you can make that movie and it can tell the message that it wants to tell, whatever, without remaking Snow White
Yeah,
into that or like any other character
for that
for
matter,
that
that's
matter.
like
Like, you know what I'm
set
saying? It
in
doesn't
stone,
matter.
right? Yeah, like that's how I feel. I feel like if there's a character that like we all know and love, there should be really no reason to change them unless there's like a progression in the character arc in
Right.
whatever story, movie, whatever that it's supposed to happen. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Like they were talking about for the longest, like making Superman black. Like, bro, I don't need black Superman. All right. Like Clark
I
Kent
don't need black Superman.
is a white alien dude.
He's not even white. He's an
Because
alien.
he's an alien.
Yeah,
All right.
like,
But let's say, like, for the sake of argument, his skin complexion is white. To other Earthlings, he's white. And he
probably
grew
don't
up
got a lot of
in
sun
where he
on this
grew up?
planet.
Kansas or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
Kansas.
a farm boy or whatever. Or like, you know what I mean? Yeah, a black person could fit into that like criteria, but like let's be for real. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's a minority. It was like one black dude in the whole of Smallville. So I'm not trying to hear no fucking
If there was
black
any,
Superman or
real.
whatever. Like exactly. But like if you want to make Superman black and you telling me this is the black Superman from another
Dimension,
universe,
God
fine,
bless. Yeah,
fine. I'm
like
okay
real
with that.
Superman will pop up on this dude like, at any point.
Like, and he don't even have to. But I'm just saying, like, like they don't have the name to be Clark Kent. It could be like a different Kryptonian that's just black and he's landed on Earth in a similar fashion as
and if
Superman.
they want to do that, they can do that in the Superman. What is it? Lois Lane and Superman.
Yeah, because they doing like
They're doing
the
like the
multiple dimensions or whatever in that. Yes,
and
exactly.
and that would make sense.
That
It'd
would
be
make
like,
100%
oh,
sense.
and actually, then it would be cool. It's like,
Right.
oh, it's a black Superman.
Then it'll be cool.
Yes.
Versus telling
Like-
me that Clark Kent from Kansas is fucking black. Like, nah, bro. I don't need that.
That's a white name.
Like, I don't.
That's the whitest name I've ever heard in my
Right.
life.
Like, I don't.
I would
need
never
that,
meet
bro.
a black guy named Clark Kent.
Right.
Tell me one black guy you know named Clark.
Exactly. And like how they did it, like with the Flash, they gave us Wally West. He's black. Cool. I don't need regular Flash.
Yeah, to be
Barry Allen to be black all of a sudden.
imagine Wayne Enterprises.
Right.
Now it's
Batman Black.
Batman. He's Bruce Dwayne.
Bruce Dwayne.
Dwayne Enterprises. Bruce Dwayne.
Bruce Dwayne.
You know what I'm saying? Like, why?
Why? You know what I'm saying? It
I don't need that.
don't make no
I don't
sense.
need it. Yeah, no.
So like on all sides, like I'm just like, bro, it's unnecessary. Like I don't need super woke remakes of the childhood cartoons that I loved. Like I don't really need that. And again, I'm adult.
Also,
so it's like, why do I care?
Spider-Man.
Exactly.
Peter Parker is still Peter Parker.
Peter Parker.
And now it's just Miles Morales.
Got Miles Morales.
And I love Miles Morales.
Arguably, at this point, he's almost not more popular. But he's getting
popular
there.
As
with like Spider-Man, with Peter Parker. Yeah, like and even in like the cartoons and stuff, they making him like as far as like strength, like power level, like he's up there.
He's insane.
Yeah, he getting up there with Spider-Man. So like
because his spider was a little
it
different
was a manufactured
type of
spider.
Yeah.
They made it in a lab, and then it was like a mechanical spider or something trying to replicate, and it came from.
I remember it was glitching out, right?
Yeah, it came from. It was a spider that came from another universe, and bit him.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
Be careful of interdimensional spiders because you might not always turn into Miles Morales.
You might not. You
might just get radiation poisoning and die. So
Exactly.
stay away from them.
Stay away from that.
I would be easy. But yeah, man. So what we got on the list today? Let's talk about it. I know. Spit some stuff at me. I know we got some
stuff. Okay,
pause. That sounded crazy.
Whoa.
Pause.
Oh, wow. That sounded crazy.
Whoa. Yo.
Yeah, so I'm sure you heard about this, but they basically like I don't know if it was ever closed, but they like reopened the Tupac murder case.
Yeah. See, I don't know if murder cases could ever be closed. I think those are the one.
Like what are they like cold cases? Then just like
they're like technically like I guess like a cold case, but it doesn't mean that they will never go back to it if they don't find the evidence.
Right.
And I think they made the arrest, if I'm not mistaken. Keefe D.
Yeah, Keefe D. They arrested Keefe D. because he was on. First off, him and like I think somebody else wrote a book.
And there was mad like interviews and.
So the most famous interview he did with DJ Vlad, was it Vlad TV? He did an interview with DJ Vlad, and basically like. I mean, he was just saying everything that happened or whatever, like saying how his nephew was the one who like shot Tupac or whatever. They was in the car because his nephew got beat up at the It was at the Tyson game.
Yeah, at the Tyson fight.
And they beat
Tyson
him up
game,
or whatever.
right,
The Tyson game.
You fucking fuck. That was
but
hilarious.
But it was at the Tyson fight. And I guess Tupac and Suge Knight and all these dudes, whatever, they went and they beat up Keefe D's nephew. I forgot his name, but yeah. So then he was salty. He was salty or whatever, and then they went.
They came back.
They came back and they found them or whatever the case, and then.
See, but that's got to be cap, because he was saying some shit, and another thing that like Diddy was in on it, like Diddy was trying to get him hit. So now I think there's an investigation with Diddy. We could fact check that.
But I think they don't. I don't think Diddy's gonna be like involved really, because at this point, everything he said on the DJ Vlad thing was also like in the book as well. Like he was trying to be subtle about things in the interview with DJ Vlad, but then DJ Vlad would just be like, "Oh, well, in the book it said X, Y, Z."
Vlad is the feds.
And he was just like, and he was like, "Yeah, you know, like that happened or whatever the case." It's like, "Oh yeah, it looked like," he was saying, Keefe D was saying like it looked like Tupac went to go like reach for a gun or whatever, and then. It was funny. DJ Vlad was like, "Oh, so what happened after that?" He was like, "I don't know. Once he got the reaching, I got the ducking," and he's like, somebody in the back seat, his nephew was the one who shot him or whatever the case. His nephew was dead. He died like 3 years later after Tupac died.
Well, because he probably got hit. They probably knew who he was.
Somebody probably knew, and yeah, maybe.
Little hood justice.
Right. Right, hood justice.
They ride for Pac out there.
So, and it's just crazy, bro, like how after all of these years, like I remember literally being a little kid, and I vaguely remember hearing about it, like on TV. I remember exactly where I was at one of my mom's friends' house with me and my mom's. And I remember coming up on TV And I was just like, what? Like, what are they talking about? And then she was explaining it to me or whatever. But it's just crazy
I was
after
like
all of
6.
these years. Yeah. But I don't know how old I was. I guess, yeah. I guess I was like 7.
Some shit like that.
Yeah. But yeah.
Young though. I was
Yeah,
young.
young.
When
It
they
was young.
died.
That was
I
in the
don't think I
90s.
understood the severity of what was happening. I knew what was
Yeah,
happening.
I didn't understand the
Like
severity.
I got it,
Right.
but I didn't. I don't think I grasped the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? Like to now though, you realize like, damn, like I'm older than them now, and I was younger when they died. You know what I'm saying? So it's
Right,
like
right,
you
right,
understand, like, damn, like I thought they were old. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? They were like in their 20s. Like
Exactly.
they were fucking babies. You know what I'm
Babies.
saying? Like they were really kids.
Just starting their life, like, you know what I'm saying?
Like, 25. You're
Yeah.
God bless. You know what I'm saying?
And what I didn't know was that, like, he didn't, well, I didn't realize, I would say, is that he ain't died, like, immediately. Like, you know what I'm saying? He died, like, 6 days later.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So there was, like, a time period where it was like, oh, you know, let's see what happens or whatever. And, like, you know, crazy he eventually dies or whatever. But it's crazy that, like, after all of this time, like, it's now coming back, you know?
And it's crazy that people are still talking about it. Oh,
I mean,
he
it's one of
didn't
the
die.
most...
You know, people still think that, like, yeah, he shot, you know, yeah, that's definitely who shot at him. He's arrested. You know, he's going to go for the murder. But some people still believe that he in Cuba somewhere just chilling.
Right.
Or he's that one dude, I forget his name. He's got dreads. He kind of does look like him. I'm not going to lie. He got dreads. He's in a group, some rap group. You never seen that?
You talking about King Von?
Nah. He's like an older dude.
Oh, older dude.
Yeah, he's like an older dude.
Nah, no idea.
He's like, who you talking about, King Von? I guess I you could have said anybody. I explained anybody, right? I'm like, yo, he had dreads.
Right.
You're like Bob Marley?
Right. I ain't say that because I knew that's not who you were talking about. It popped in my mind. But I'm like, yeah, there's no way he's talking about Bob
He's
Marley.
like one of the Marley songs. That was hilarious.
Yeah, but that
King Von?
King Von,
Chief Keef? No. We're just gonna keep naming dreadheads.
Yeah.
2 Chainz, Future, Lil Wayne. I'm dead. Yeah, but it's crazy. It's crazy. This, you know, how many years later, like you said, and
it's one of the biggest like unsolved murders in American history.
yeah,
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, not necessarily because of anything other than the reason that it happened to a famous person. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
like,
yeah.
people get killed in the hood
every day,
and nobody gives a fuck. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Police don't, I mean, they barely report it. They report a shooting or whatever, or if it's something egregious, like, you know, something like what happened with that boy in the Bronx, Junior. Something like that. It
that
gotta
kid
be
that got
something.
stabbed up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that kid got.
It
God
was
bless.
crazy.
Yeah, it
or
was.
whatever. Like, done with the Bronx after that.
Yeah, that's horrifying. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
like
saying?
the Bronx, they gotta live with that for the rest of existence. All right,
Yeah.
that shit happened. So, like, you know, but again, if it's something crazy like that, that's the only time when, you know, it gets like really reported or whatever. And that was also heavily reported on because it was video footage of that shit.
Yeah.
That's also what made it even crazier because you could see what happened, like from the beginning to the end, literally. Like, you know what I'm saying, which is crazy. You know, technology brings out a lot of the
like it was always happening, but
darkness.
now you just see it.
Now you
now
see
it's
it.
now like I can just pull out my phone and be like, oh shit,
and look at a video of somebody dying,
or something happening.
Something happening.
Boom,
like,
the first thing, you know, we all take out our phone. But you know, most people take out their phones. They want to record. Like my thing is not to want to record if I'm looking at somebody dying. That's crazy. Excuse me.
Right.
That's not my like go to. Like, oh my god, this guy's choking. Let me record it. See what
But some
happens.
people record it for good reasons. Like, oh, I'm recording this shit because this is wrong, and I got proof that it's wrong.
Yeah.
All right, you're not gonna just have my eyewitness testimony. I got video footage of what happened.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And enough people, especially when things comes with the cops or whatever, whether you're on the cop side or not, a lot of people pull out their phones so that way it's documented. Whoever's wrong gonna be wrong, and
you're
it ain't
gonna see it on the camera.
Right, you're gonna see it on camera.
Yeah.
So, but you know, people die all the time, and
it's not really televised,
and it's not necessarily reported on as often. But again, Tupac, one of the biggest
Biggest
murder
cele-
mysteries in
yeah.
history.
And one of the biggest celebrities in the world at the time.
Biggest
So
in the celebrities in the world, 100%. Like
that's
just
really
on
where it's
top
at.
of his game at the very very top. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
So
Like taking away in that prime type shit.
right, to die in street violence
Uh-huh.
on top of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Millionaire. And it's crazy. I ain't gonna lie to you. I say this. I don't know who I had this conversation with, but I was like, you don't really often hear about white millionaires dying from gun violence.
No, but more so recently there were those crypto billionaires that were getting picked off one by one. You don't remember that?
No.
It was getting bodied. There was like a few of them. There was like 7 of them or some shit like that. You don't remember that? Let me see. I'm gonna find it right now.
I mean, that sounds like some
They were getting picked off. They were crypto billionaires, like
007.
really getting picked off. Watch.
Sound like they was getting James Bond out there,
Potentially.
or my man Jason Bourne.
Potentially all of that. Crypto billionaires dying. Look, that's the first thing that pops up. I was found face down in the sea off Puerto Rico in October. Drowned. They're all dying in like crazy. How many crypto? 4 crypto billionaires within a month.
Right. Well, I mean, they must have been into
I mean,
some sort of
so
something.
you say,
But like
that's a
I'm
likely story.
referencing like again it ain't
Yeah, they was probably doing something
yeah
illegal shit, but it could be. You never know. It could be government type shit. You know what I'm saying?
but see that's what I'm saying though. You're not gonna see Chris Hemsworth ain't gonna get shot up by some dudes from his hood that he had beef with.
No, but he does have the potential. That's one of the
Captain America. I mean, not Captain America.
Thor? No.
Yeah,
Thor's Thor.
yeah. Maybe he's Thor. Wait.
I don't know. One of the Avengers, right? What if I hate you, Thor. Thanos was right.
Right, but that's what I'm saying though. That's even if he died like that, like that's not the same thing as like how don't happen. Happened to King Von, like we mentioned earlier, Tupac, Biggie, XXX, what's his name from the Migos,
Offset.
Offset.
No,
sorry.
it is Take
No,
Off.
it is Take Off. Yeah,
Damn.
Take Off.
Damn, I just more my fault.
Yeah, so like Take Off like that.
That's fucked up.
Yeah. But like that shit don't happen to white people.
No.
Like at all.
No.
And they have the same celebrity status, if not higher. They make a whole lot of money, but yet they continuously find themselves in these situations where they get murdered in the streets.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Oftentimes by people who are
Pop
not
Smoke.
millionaires. Pop Smoke.
It's another one.
It's another one, like you know what I'm saying? And is it and let me ask you a question. Because it ain't just happening to, I'm not saying it's not happening to all the black millionaires. It's happening to the black millionaires who make music. Because this type of shit is not happening to
again a black crypto billionaire. No.
This not happening to not even like Michael B. Jordan. Like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not gonna happen to Michael B. Jordan. So let me ask you a question: is the problem the profession or like the people? Because like I said, it's not happening to or it's only really happening to musical artists.
So I think it's obviously it comes from a couple places, right? So what the lyrical content is of these rappers, right? Because I think about like Post Malone is probably not gonna get shot up, you know what I'm saying? Or like I wouldn't even say Post Malone, Childish Gambino, you know what I'm saying? Like I'll use black artists like Chance the Rapper, like. They're not gonna get shot, you know what I'm saying? Because that's not what they're really rapping about. You know what I'm saying? They're not really in that life. I can't see a Tyler the Creator getting shot.
J. Cole.
Or J. Cole. Like I can't see that type of artist getting shot, but I could see, some drill rappers getting shot. I could see some like. These a lot of the times the problem is they're young, right? So they're young and they're stupid, especially in the drill community. I don't mean they're stupid, but like they're willing to do whatever, and I don't think they fully understand the severity of a lot of their actions. You know what I'm saying? Like death is permanent,
right?
But for them, it's like, oh, I just smoked him, so now I threw him in a pack, and now I'm really smoking. Look, it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? You're more likely to die from gun violence if you're in that life. And I think, like, you got to be in that type of life. Because, like you said, there's not many, black billionaires, Spanish billionaires getting caught up, or even white billionaires, like you said. You know what I'm saying? I think it's lyrical content. So it's like the type of energy that you put out is the type of energy that you're going to receive. You know what I'm saying? Can you picture Drake getting body? No, because he doesn't. He's not really. He does, but he's not really.
Right.
But he's not
he
really
knows
rapping.
the people in that life,
Yeah,
and he
it's
kind
different.
of hang out with them, but he's not necessarily putting himself in situations where
No,
he
no,
got
no.
some sort of crazy beef with some dude in the hood, and like it's just not. You know what I mean? Okay, but so let me ask you a question then, though. Another question then. So you saying, okay, I get what you're saying, and I agree with you or whatever, that it's like the content of the music.
Yeah.
But what about the cases where it ain't got nothing to do with the music, and it happens because of robberies? All right, like XXX, he got robbed. Like Pop Smoke, he got robbed, and they killed him in the process of robbing him.
Yeah.
Again, this is not happening to other races. It's only happening
So-
to black artists who make hip hop rap music.
So again, all right. So XXX, he really didn't rap about none of that. So
He was like one of those like depressed type rappers.
yeah, like sad boy
Yeah,
rap. I
sad boy
feel like,
rap.
You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? But he was an aggressive type of kid outside of music.
Right.
So I could see somebody trying to rob him, and maybe I don't know why they killed him, but I could see somebody trying to want to try to rob him because you want to you want to test his gangster. Like, are you who you make yourself out to seem? You know what I mean? Like, who's the other person you use?
Pop Smoke, and then
So
I just
all right,
thought
so
of
Pop
another
Smoke
person.
again.
What's that
Again,
dude?
it has to do with what they're rapping about and the lifestyle, right? So Pop was in that gang lifestyle. So
Right.
I would assume that if he was gonna get robbed, they would have guns because they're gonna be under the assumption that he has guns.
Right.
So I think like shit like that.
Also,
That's how
another
it
one was.
that's how it unfolds. Because I don't think they meant to kill him. I just think
Of
that
course,
Pop
like
probably
maybe yeah,
they
he
started
was-
reaching for
right.
something. They get scared. You know what I'm saying? They may have let off. Like I don't know the situation. But
PNB Rock, another one, got robbed.
yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like this is
was
constantly
crazy.
happening.
And he got robbed in like a Waffle
It was like
House or some
yeah,
shit.
it was
Like,
it was
that's
it wasn't
crazy.
even- wasn't even Waffle House. It was like some fake ass like breakfast. It was like some breakfast place or whatever the case.
Was it? It wasn't Roscoe's. Chicken
Maybe
Waffles?
maybe it was like Denny's or something. Like,
I feel
don't
like
know.
it was like a known place.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
whatever. Yeah.
But like, you know what I mean? Again, another. Was he black? Yeah, I think so. Another black artist,
Yeah, I think PNB
Or-
was
yeah.
black.
but another
Brown.
another
Yeah.
brown artist. You know what I
Uh-huh.
mean?
the
Again,
very least.
a millionaire
Yeah.
being murdered in the streets, whether that be through the content of his music or just flat out getting robbed and dying. And again, this ain't happening to certain people. And again, it's weird because, like you said, this don't happen. This ain't gonna happen to Drake or J. Cole. And is there like street life providing recklessness to them?
Drake and J. Cole also aren't super flashy.
Right.
They don't. They got money.
Right.
But if I rob Drake, I feel like 99% of the time I'm gonna get a credit card that's gonna get canceled instantly.
But here's the thing.
Like he's not carrying $100,000 with him at all times. Anytime you see Drake, it's not like his pockets are busting with thousands falling out.
But see,
Like
Drake probably also always got security. That's another thing.
well, yeah, Drake is Drake, right? But J. Cole is another person that like he be in like sweats and
Right.
regular basketball kicks that me and you could afford.
Right.
So when I look at like J. Cole, I'm like, like just a regular dude. You
And
know
the
what I'm saying?
song,
Like
the-
he got bread, but he don't got like a backpack full of fucking thousands. Nigga. Oh,
Right. Like the song, I forgot the song with him and Joyner Lucas, but in the music video, Joyner Lucas is like, decked out. He got all these nice clothes on and chains or whatever. And my man J. Cole just looked like he just pulled up in whatever, bro. Like, I'm like, bro,
Sweats.
Joyner Lucas was probably like, so you gonna change? I was like, nah,
Nah, I'm good.
I'm good.
I
It's all
can't
weird.
like this. I came just ready.
All right, I'm ready. All
Hey,
right,
oh,
let's
where?
go.
All right, well, you blessing my track. Go for it. You can wear
Right.
whatever you
Wear
want.
whatever
You know
you
what I'm
want.
saying? It's not because for Jay, it's not about the look. It's not about the materialistic shit. It's more about the words, what he's saying.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And Drake too. That's why Drake, like, yeah, you know, once in a while you catch him and have the 42 engagement ring necklace or like, but you don't really ever see him out with like big chains and stacks of money. Unless
Right.
he's going to like a strip club that probably throws stacks of money. So if you robbed him for a strip club money, I don't think he would care because he was gonna throw it away anyway.
Right. No, yeah, I feel what you're saying.
Math.
It's just disturbing to me how, like, you know, it's been going on for so long, and it's still going on now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just people, millionaires, black, brown millionaires, dying in the street,
Yeah.
and it just don't make no sense whatsoever. Like, I just don't understand how. Like, I mean, I get it. Like, but what I don't understand is how, like, you don't get to a certain point where you so rich and you so successful and having such a good time that you just like,
No, you get bored.
I'm done
No,
with that shit.
You
Like,
get
I'm
bored.
just,
Because now you have the money to do shit that you could never do, right? Then you do everything. And then you still have money to do crazy shit. So you're like, you know what? I'm about to be Tony Montana. I'm about to. I have the money. I can buy keys.
and then you
Might
got
as well.
and then you got people like John Morant, who is a basketball player, following behind these motherfuckers,
That's how it happens.
trying to do what they do, but just as an NBA player.
Yeah,
Like,
because I got
bro,
money, so I could. And I'm a gritty.
I
Look at me with a gun, gritty.
can't with John Morant, bro.
Nah, he's always in some shit. But you know what? He hasn't been in the news.
I'm about to say, it's been
in quite
quiet.
some time. So
It's
you know
been
what I'm saying?
it's been quiet. So
A round of
you know,
applause for that man.
Yeah, can we get a round of applause?
Actually, yeah. Yeah, let's go. That's what y'all staying out of this. Staying out of the news. We love that.
So, yeah. Well, here's the thing, right?
Talk to me.
There was an interesting topic that you brought to me the other day,
Yes.
and it's kind of interesting that you even asked me this, seeing as how we're actually doing this.
Yeah. That's it. This is it. Yep.
So men and podcasting.
Yeah.
So like you asked me like why you think that like men, why do they do podcasting versus like talking about like how they feel and things? Is that what like?
Yeah, it's like instead of, you know how like, you know, you come on a podcast, you just chat the shit, this and that third. Like I feel like men revert to that instead of like actually talking to their friends or like actually talking to people. You know what I'm saying? Like we get in podcasts so we can have these random conversations that I could probably just call you on a random like Tuesday night and have. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but
Men in podcasting, what's the hype?
I mean, I don't think. Let me say this very carefully. So I agree with the idea, I guess, of the question. Like, I do think a lot of men are using podcasts to talk about maybe like, you know, how they feel or things that are on their mind.
Mm-hmm.
However, I don't necessarily think it's some sort of coping mechanism for the lack of doing that within their natural lives.
Okay.
I think it's just a lot of men's way of making money and expressing themselves. Truthfully, it's basically the OnlyFans for guys.
Podcasting is the only fans for guys. Oh my god, let's get that on a shirt.
It's
Let's
basically
get that
the
on
OnlyFans for men, because if you think about it, right?
Only fans for men.
I mean, so what kind of natural advantages do like a lot of men have? And I would say that would probably be like knowledge, charisma, and like insight, things like that. Those are things that are very good on a podcast. Okay, if you're knowledgeable, you can talk about a lot of things. You got some charisma, people will listen to you. So like, and if you got some insight, you know what I mean? Like you can say things that maybe people didn't necessarily think about prior.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of men, at least a lot of men that I know, have that ability. where they just smart, like, you know what I mean, and they know things, and a lot of times these are men that are gonna be helping run the future of the country with women and everybody.
Yeah.
So this is their natural way to like kind of just let that out, and also possibly if can do it long enough, if you're successful enough, maybe make some money, or whatever, help finance whatever you're doing. I mean, at the end of the day, a lot of people everybody wants to make money. You know what I'm saying?
No, yeah, I do think that men jump into this and they're like, I could do this. I could talk, you know what I'm saying, on a
Right.
microphone, and I can make millions. You don't do that. You don't.
Right.
You really don't make.
But
millions.
what they do is have have these type of conversations. Men do this all the time.
Yeah.
All the time, bro. You get into it's like the whole barbershop talk thing. Like that's
Yep,
just
yep.
guys just sitting in the barbershop talking,
Chatting. Yeah,
just chatting. You know what I mean? And I get what you're saying when you come back to like kind of like feelings. Maybe men are not doing that in the barbershops, but like I feel comfortable talking to like my male friends about certain things that I want to talk about. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not the most expressive person. Most people who know me know that I'm pretty stoic for the most part, but if I really needed to talk about something's on my mind, I feel like I could do it. And I'd be more comfortable doing it in private, honestly, than on a podcast, if I'm being honest.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I just feel like men are using this podcast because it's their way of expressing themselves and making money. And women can say the same thing about OnlyFans, as ridiculous as it might be.
I mean, they're definitely probably expressing themselves on their OnlyFans.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, but again, we don't have.
And they make
nothing.
a shit ton of
They
money.
make a shit ton of money.
It's
you know what I'm saying?
crazy.
And
I'm
again,
just saying, you men are perverts. No, it's crazy though. You know what I'm
like
saying?
it's crazy the amount of money that
It's
that
generated.
people could make on OnlyFans.
And it's women too. Men and women probably spend a shit ton of money.
But
You
it's
think
mainly
about-
men. Let's keep it a buck.
No, no, it's
like,
definitely
it's
mainly
mainly
men,
the
obviously.
it's mainly the men who are who are contributing to the growth of OnlyFans. But it's also, again, so many women are able to do it. You don't have to be fucking J-Lo to make mad bread on OnlyFans. All right, you could be some random
Probably
girl from
helps
some
if you're
random
J-Lo,
place.
though.
I mean, it helps, but you know what's funny? The difference ain't necessarily that great. You can do nothing but feet pics, never show your face.
I was about to
and
say,
make
yeah,
a killing
selling feet pics, yeah,
on
that's the
OnlyFans.
wave.
Like, you can't do that. I mean, maybe if you get your toes pretty enough. You know what I'm
I have
saying?
really pretty feet. I could probably get away with it,
You know what I'm
honestly.
saying? Have your name up there as what's Rich?
Me and Ambi were talking about this. I was like, yo, I'll sell my fucking feet pics. I'm like, then she said you could sell them to men. They'd be like, and then just label it gay feet. And I was like, that's inappropriate.
That's
it's
inappropriate.
It's happy feet.
Happy feet.
I'll I'm marketed to fucking gay men. I bet you there's a bunch of gay men out there that'll pay money for these feet. All right. Oh, there goes Bales.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just saying, man. There's a lot of weird people in this world, and if I can make some money, huh?
Yeah, I mean,
There might be some girls willing to, they might have a feet fetish.
but
I think
again,
it's guys that have feet fetish,
but
though.
the men are mainly the ones who are contributing, and again, most women can easily get on OnlyFans and make a killing way easier than a guy could even get on honestly, way easier than a guy could do anything.
Yeah, I think
Making
it's,
money in general. So again, I think a lot of guys are gravitating towards podcasts because it's just a way to make money with their natural abilities. And
I agree.
but I mean, what do you mean when you say like talking about?
So I feel like, it's like it's almost like a therapy. Instead of going to therapy or like talking to your friends, it's like, all right, fuck it, I'm just gonna start a podcast and talk about shit. I feel like a lot of podcasts, they get deep.
Really, I don't know. Maybe I'm watching the wrong podcast. I haven't seen too many deep podcasts.
I feel like Joe Rogan is always getting deep and crazy and far out.
Yeah, but not necessarily talking about feelings. He's talking about,
Well, maybe
life.
not feelings, but what I mean.
And again, it's a lot of people on there who are just knowledgeable, and they're using their knowledge to grow like themselves or whatever. Like, you know, you got people like Neil deGrasse Tyson, who is more known now because he went on the Joe Rogan podcast. Because Joe Rogan got a lot of people watching
I
him.
don't think that's why he's known.
That's not saying that why he's known. I said more people know him.
More people,
because he's been on like the podcast. I mean, obviously he's known for being like, you know, amazing
world-renowned scientist,
right? You know, but like the best believe, you know, him being on all them damn clips from the Joe Rogan podcast popping up all over YouTube and or whatever the case may be, that's certainly helping his notoriety.
Yeah, 100%. I agree. And he's crazy smart.
Oh yeah,
it's insane actually. Sometimes like I watch like his shit and it's like, and the way he breaks it down is like so digestible. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
like it's like it's not overly complicated. He's like basically just telling you the most simplest form of the most complicated things, and you're like, I get that.
Right.
I'm like, yo, I understand that. I love that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and again, it's great. It's great to hear that stuff. I mean, if you couldn't necessarily go to like a Neil deGrasse Tyson lecture, how else would you be able to like, you know, actually hear him? I mean, you can go read one of his books, of course, you know, but if you want to hear his voice and, you know, that elegant way he's explaining things or whatever, a podcast is the perfect forum for that.
It is, though.
You know, and he can do it all over the place, and he can do it.
And he could go from podcast to podcast.
Yeah, he has his own one too called Star Talk. You never heard it? You never listened to it? Bro, it's so good. I forgot.
Is it?
I don't know. It's him and this other guy, this other black guy. I don't know his name. I'm so sorry. But
I don't know his name. I'm so sorry.
But it's so good. Like,
is it?
Yeah, it's
I'm
so
gonna check
good.
it out.
Like they just be talking about, you know, sciencey stuff or whatever the case, and like, and it's so good. Like it's.
I love that
talking
shit.
about anything.
Especially I like the stars. Anything like far out, and you know what I'm saying. I love that shit.
Yeah, nah. I mean that stuff is dope stuff. Always like I've always been like super interested in like the cosmos and what else is like out there or whatever. Like I'm fully aware of how like not insignificant, but like how small
insignificant we are,
and like really just a little blip we are in comparison to like everything else. Like it's
like that video that backs out and you see all of the galaxies and you're like, holy shit, they're like 100,000 galaxies, like, and we're that little one all the way over there.
Yeah, like I think they said there's something. They think it's something like 2 trillion galaxies.
And then there's thousands of planets, hundreds of planets in one galaxy.
Yeah, there's millions. There's billions of stars that have millions of planets, and you know, and so on and so on and so on and so on and so on. So like, it's just kind of like, you know, we just here.
Imagine going to another galaxy. And it's really just like another dimension. So like every time you jump to a galaxy, that's the actual other dimension.
Possibly.
That's the alternate universe. We leave our galaxy and we
but the galaxies look different. We can look at them and tell that they're not exactly the same shape and size of our galaxies or the other galaxies that are around.
Because it's a different dimension. We might go to another dimension where me and you were penguins. And like, oh shit, that's Penguin Quay and that's Penguin Rich.
It's not a dimension. It's just another galaxy.
It could be. You never know. You don't know these things. The smartest man in the world knows that he knows nothing at all, man. You know, we're all just guessing here. By the way, we're all just guessing. Nobody knows anything. We made this language up.
No, we're not guessing.
We made English up. Like, you know what I'm saying? We made everything up. It's all in our head, and we just all believe it.
No, because it's reality.
Allegedly.
Like you're speaking English right now. What else are you speaking?
I mean, to an alien, gibberish, probably.
Sure, of course. But that's just language.
We made all this up.
No.
Mm-hmm, we did. We made everything up. We are human. The cavemen, they were just like, you know, like pointing at shit. And then like somebody was like, hello. I'm like, oh shit, he said a word.
I mean, as they got smarter, you can develop languages where you can communicate directly with each other.
Yeah. But, you know, we created all
like animals, they not having full-on conversations like this.
You don't know that.
No.
You don't know if that growl is like an actual sentence.
No.
Or
it's not a full sentence.
When like a snake is like, you don't know if he's like, yo, Billy, what up?
Yeah, no.
Not Bailey, not you. I said Billy, but okay, I'll give you some love. But nah, you know what I'm saying? You don't know that. You don't know if they're having full blown conversations. Sometimes I'll be looking at my dog. That little motherfucker be knowing. He
No,
be knowing shit.
guys, because he understands English. He can't speak it though.
He can't speak it, but he could probably speak dog to another dog. You know what
No,
I'm saying?
dogs don't talk to each other. They don't have conversations.
I mean, so you say. You don't know that. You don't know that. When Bailey comes over to my house, she be definitely telling Rilo she's gonna murder him and wear his fur to her birthday party. You can hear it in her tone. You know what I'm saying?
So she gonna murder him. Yeah, dogs is crazy. They just see each other and it's on sight. They just start yelling at each other.
No, actually, Rilo loves dogs. He's actually mad friendly.
He just wants to play with them.
Yeah, he just be chilling. But Bailey
I mean, truthfully though, if
wants
you
to
was
take his head off.
if you was a pet of an alien and you was in the house all the time, whatever, doing whatever the case, and you go outside and you finally see a human, you'd be like, oh shit, they go a human.
Yeah, I wouldn't
Hey,
want. I wouldn't
hey,
want
yo.
to attack him.
Hey yo,
Bailey be wanting to attack him.
like y'all be screaming at each other too.
Like that one day. Hey, what's your name?
Right.
Ezekiel. Fuck you, Ezekiel.
Exactly.
No.
Like you do the same thing.
That's actually a crazy thing to think about. Think about if we were actually like we were the dogs of like aliens and we're getting abducted, but really we're being adopted.
Yeah.
They're just taking us. Imagine
Yeah,
being
now
in
you
like
got
a
a pet.
shitty alien home. You're like, fuck, this is where I gotta live. That sucks, you know.
I
And
mean,
then
but
you're
see,
just
to
like,
you,
oh.
is it shitty? That's the question, though, because I think most dogs, I think their environments are their environments. I don't think they necessarily are fully aware of like what's better or what's not. I mean, obviously they understand like maybe certain limitations.
I think they have an idea.
I don't think they have that much
Yeah.
fun idea. I think they think that they living at the palace no matter what.
Mm, I don't think dogs are that
Especially
dumb.
cats. They
No,
definitely
see,
think they
well,
living in a palace. They just act
cats
like it.
are, yeah.
Cats could be living in a bodega, bro, and think they the king of the whole planet.
I mean, they sleep on the bread, and that's where they belong. You know what I'm saying? In a bodega. If I didn't see a cat on the bread, is it really a good bodega?
Probably not.
No, they probably not even gonna make a good bacon, egg, and cheese. You just know it. But no, I think it would be cool if like you got like an alien royalty or some shit. You know what I'm saying? And you just be living the plush human lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? Look at my human.
I
Yeah,
mean,
I only
it'd
feed
be
him. I
fire.
only feed him steaks.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I love that shit. You're like, yo, I got fucking 4-course meals for breakfast.
But you see, that's only if you know what life was like as a human by yourself in the first place. You know what
Well,
I'm
I
saying?
mean, at the end of the day,
like Bailey and Rilo, they don't know what it's like without us at all.
well, no,
So
they
if you
don't.
got adopted right now by an alien, you know what would be a good life because you know what I'm saying? Like you know what you would want as a human that would be good. So you know, okay, cool, they feed me steak dinners, I'ma like that.
Ooh, yeah, some lobsters.
Some lobster,
Ooh.
I'ma like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But if they feeding you like slop, you gonna be like, oh nah, this is not good. Like you know what I'm saying? Like just some nonsense or whatever. Like nah, this no good.
Yeah, so
But if you had never experienced lobster and steak and all that before, and you was always just getting what they were feeding you, you wouldn't know the difference.
yeah, you can't miss what you don't have. But what I'm saying is, what are they doing? Oh, I got a boy and a dog, a boy human and a girl human, and they mated. You
Yeah.
don't think they would tell them like, yo, like this is what life was?
Maybe, but most dogs don't know what life was like without the human.
Yeah, I get that. But what about the parents? The parents are telling them like, yo, we were free.
The parents don't know neither.
They gotta know. Somebody's gotta know.
Nobody. I'm saying with the dogs, none of them know. They've all been adopted. We're not just pulling out. Wow, they've all been like one thing after another. Been with a human. We're not just getting dogs out in
You
the
don't
wild.
think Bailey remembers her mother?
Probably not. And I also don't think she again, she don't know no life other than a life with another human. So that's what she's comparing her situation to, from one human with another, if anything. And she's probably more comparing the attention and the care that the human gives versus the environment.
Yeah, but I think environment plays. But I think she would
100%.
understand that if you threw her outside right now, she would understand the difference between like sleeping on a nice, comfy bed or uh, the streets.
Yeah, but she don't know the difference between my bed when she here or your bed when she stay with you on vacation.
She probably does know.
It's a bed. Only difference, what she does know is that
It's
I'm not there
location.
and
Yeah.
that you are there. That's
Yeah.
what she knows.
Yeah,
And
that
she
is
know
true.
for sure it's not her like
Actual.
her actual house.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
you know, she know like this is the place that I go to, like, you know what I'm saying, when my parents leave, whatever, cool, or whatever, I'm gonna be here or whatever. But again, like the environment, a whole, I don't think she necessarily
I think they do. I think they have that. So I think even if you got adopted, whatever you want to say,
adopted, right, whatever it
by
was.
an alien, I think personally they would only come here. They would only get us. They wouldn't mate us because, I mean, maybe they would, right? It's possible to have the technology, right? But they would also understand, like, all right, I'm adopting a human. It needs to eat a certain amount of things. We're not gonna just put it all in a blender and give it to them. Like they gotta know what we eat. They've gotta like
Nah, but I'm pretty sure they assume, just like how we do with dogs, that you can feed them some fabricated type of stuff and they'd be able to live off of it.
listen. As long as it tastes good, I'll take it. You know what I'm saying? It's got its its texture, I guess.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like if they gave us Ensures all the time, all right, I'll take that. Like a chocolate Ensure. All right, cool.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? That's my treat. Teach you how to sit and like you like sit down, cross your leg, grab a book. They're like, good human. Here's an Ensure. And you're like, thank you. That'd be fucking lit.
Yeah. I mean,
This went left.
at some point, maybe we'll be. I mean, we already doing that with like humans, but soon we'll be having the robots, and we'll be trying to train them to do certain things for us.
I don't think we're gonna have to train them. I think they're gonna be smart enough to do whatever they need to do.
But they if they're gonna learn from you, that's training.
Well, yeah.
They gonna.
But I think they're gonna have access to like their brain would be their brain, but also like Google. You know what I'm saying? Like
right. They have access to information.
Yeah, they're just gonna be like, "Yo, do you know how to do this?" And I'm like,
But
"Yes."
having the access to the information is one thing, but using it properly based on the individual, you know what I'm saying? That's a completely different.
It's like a recipe. Okay, you can find this recipe, but can you cook it like me?
Right. And can you cook? Can you like okay, pizza. How do you like pizza? Right. You make pizza. The robot can know how to make pizza, but it may need to learn how I like my pizza versus how
Yeah.
you like your pizza. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it need to know the difference.
still
Like if
needs
the
to learn,
robot
yeah.
come over to my house, I say make me a pizza, and the robot goes, okay, go in there and make me a pizza, and then the robot go to your house, same robot, and say, you say make me a pizza. They make the pizza, but they gonna make it maybe how it knows how I want it. They gotta learn how you want your pizza.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm not a big pizza guy, but I mean, I would like it like nice little crunchy undercarriage. Nothing too
Yeah.
soggy. I don't want like the pizza to be like like a
Right.
mess.
I also don't want my pizza to be flaming
Like
hot
no
when it's
flop.
served to me. That's the worst.
Well, the marinara sauce is like lava.
Yeah, I mean, because like when it's so hot, then it like slides off or
That shit
whatever,
is
and then
lava.
it's like,
Oh
you know,
yeah, when the cheese slides off,
yeah,
that should be blowing my shit.
And it be because the pizza's so hot, and
Yeah.
it ain't
It
dried
didn't
up,
like
yeah,
settle,
it ain't
yeah.
settle in yet. So that shit just hot. It just
Yeah, I hate when it, then you gotta
slide
like
right
grab
off.
the cheese, try to like throw it in the folded pizza. You
Yeah,
gotta like,
it's too hot.
yeah.
So,
But
but
see, that's my problem. My problem is I like boiling hot food. Like my shit's got to be like on fire.
yeah, I mean,
We made soup like the other day for Logan. I'm like, boom, boom. Like there's still some soup left. I was like, yeah, I ate that shit right out the pot. I was like, I love it.
I hit it right out the pot.
That shit was mad hot. But I love like hot food. I don't know. I
Yeah,
need my food hot.
no, for sure. I don't want to eat my stuff cold or whatever.
Yeah, I'm not a big cold food guy.
But
That's just
speaking of like robots learning or whatever, so I was looking at this. It was like a video, whatever,
Yeah.
on YouTube. It was CNN, and they were talking about AI girlfriends. So not like physical robots, but like just like
Like a chat
a
GPT.
chat GTP type of girlfriend type of thing, or like they have like different apps or whatever the case.
Listen, that's let me tell you something. That's a pretty big business anywhere. There are lonely people, but mainly I feel like lonely men all over the world. And to have like a little, I guess, companion that they could just like chat with and it feels authentic.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like they probably know obviously that, you know, it's AI, you know, it's not a real person. But nonetheless, it probably makes them feel good. And they're probably making so much money from that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure they're making like
I
tons
bet you
of
that company
money.
comes from America.
I mean, so there's like more than one company. There's several companies that's doing it or whatever, and it's not like an actual. It's just like AI, and it's AI that's learning. So like it's AI that's like you have conversations with it or whatever, and it's remembering like the past conversations that you've had with it or whatever, so that way it can
It could understand
better
like
understand
next
you.
Tuesday when you come home. Hey, how was work and basketball practice? And
Right.
like, oh, well, yeah.
Right.
Did you
Right.
did you have fun at softball today? Like, you have
Right.
a
That's
softball game. Type
scary.
shit. That is scary.
Do you think that's good or bad for like let's just say like the men growing up or like even just people our age, like men in general? Do you think having something like that is a good thing for like the future?
I think like anything has like pros and cons, but I don't foresee it being an actual great thing in the long run because what it's essentially going to do is uh stop people's interaction with other people. You know what I'm saying? Why do I don't need to have friends? You know, like everything's online. Everybody's always glued to their phone. Like even me, I'm guilty of it. I'm always on my phone. Um, but like, there's no need to have any like social contact or anything with anybody. You know what I'm saying? Like it's gonna come to a place where like people are just gonna like stop dating and stop going out and stop like maybe having kids. Like I think eventually it'll get to that level. You know what I'm saying? I know that sounds extreme, but like it will get to that level. Like you don't need anybody. Like we're gonna be trapped in these AI like virtual worlds pretty soon. Like it's gonna be like Ready Player One.
Right.
You know, maybe not like that. Like
But I get what you're
type
saying,
of
like the type of like interconnected like social technology
yeah,
type
it's
of
like
situation.
yo, I'm not gonna like in like 100 years, like our grandkids or whatever the case may be, are essentially gonna be probably tuned into like VR. Like VR is gonna be it. That'll be their TV. That'll be their internet. That'll be everything. Like, cause that's already where we're going. So like in 100 years, like that's all we're gonna have. We're gonna have those AI. We're gonna jump in, throw in the haptic gloves and the thing. Maybe jump on an omnidirectional treadmill, and we're gonna be out there on some Jason Bourne shit, moving boop boop boop. Oh,
But here's
making
the
that
thing.
bigger.
So you said that like a lot of like it's gonna reduce the interactions and
Mhm.
like girlfriends and social things,
Physical interactions.
physical interactions. But the thing is though, a lot of people who are using this technology are men who already don't have any girlfriends or things like that. Like right now, people, I think there's like high records for single adults like in America. 34% of women are single and 63% of men are single.
That's a part of the plan. It's
And it
depopulation.
ain't because of AI. It's
No,
because
but
it's already been happening. And now you got people who are resorting to AI girlfriend and boyfriends or whatever because they can't actually get one in real life in the first place. That's why they're using this because they don't have none. You 30 years old and you barely have had many interactions with women, and not necessarily because you're not social. Obviously,
not
some
lack
people,
of effort.
right? Exactly. It ain't a lack of effort. It's just a lack of uh,
Potential
options.
suitors.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like
Yeah.
maybe the women that you want don't want you,
Well, see, I mean,
and
so hear me out.
Sure.
If you're being single by choice, right? Like, so maybe the girl that you like doesn't like you because the girl that you like might be out of your league. But there is probably a girl that likes you that you probably just don't like. So she's an option. You're just not picking her because you have some sort of standard. And listen, by all means, have standards. But at some point, if you're going to resort to like, I feel like the AI girlfriend thing, if that's what you're going to resort to, make sure that like you have no options.
Right.
And this is why you're doing that.
I think most men will take what they could get. I don't think they're being necessarily super picky.
I think listen, you'd be fucking surprised how many people you would look at and you'd be like, bro, like I don't know why you're even talking like that. Like not, you know what I'm saying? You're not the most handsome dude in the world. You know what I'm saying? They be, oh, nah, I need me a dime. I need me, a bitch with a BBL and the big titties and the nice face. You don't have that type of money, one. Two, you don't look that good. You know what I'm saying? Lower your standard. Now I can never get married because I need me a dime piece. Like, yeah, if you can get that.
I worked with a guy once who had like a problem like that where like, he just was not like, he just wasn't well kept and he didn't have his stuff together. He wasn't in shape at all. He was like really scrawny, whatever the case. And he always used to go for these girls that were just obviously not interested in him. And I would try to tell him like, listen, you going after these like IG models or whatever that realistically not gonna talk to you. They might befriend you, but they gonna string you along. As he told me, he has been.
They want your bread.
Exactly. Like he would
you
try
like
to
me
like
that
buy
much?
them
Send me
stuff,
$50.
and I would discourage them. I'd be like, bro, don't buy nothing for this girl and her children
buy love, bro.
on Christmas. Like, don't do that. Like,
that's
crazy. Yeah, I literally had to talk him out of it. I'm like, bro, don't do it. I'm like, that's ridiculous. I'm like,
he probably still did it. That,
probably on the low.
Yeah, he probably still did it. Just
but anyways, though, I would try to convince him to try to talk to like these other type of girls that would be more suitable for him. But here's the thing, he tried and even they did not want him. So it was like tough. So it's like, again, like, you know what I mean, even if they would even be interested in him, then perhaps he would date them and he could have somebody, but even they are not. And that's why I'm saying, like, most guys will take what they can get, but a lot of them can't get anything at all or anything. Because listen, people can say what their worth is, and like you think that you should be with somebody who's doing this, that, or the third.
Listen,
and that's fine. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, 100%.
If you're gonna have expectations and realistic places,
right? But they need to be within reality.
Yeah,
like,
in realistic places.
You can't sit here and try to claim that you want a Zendaya type of woman who is successful and very attractive and doing this and doing that, whatever, and you over here working at McDonald's or whatever, and you overweight and you don't have any aspirations to improve yourself or whatever. Because there's nothing wrong with working at like a place like McDonald's, but again, you need to be trying to make your way up to the highest point of McDonald's possible. If you expect
like, listen, I'm staying at McDonald's, but like I'm trying to be in corporate, so they're gonna send me to school,
especially if you're trying to command the highest potential like mate that you can get or whatever. Then you need to be the highest potential of yourself in the first place to even ask for that. But again, everybody not necessarily capable of that. And again, the guys who aren't capable of that, they can't even get with the girls that are in their league.
But you know why? It's because more than likely, and this is my thing, is that because they view themselves as above that. Right? Like, I'm above these girls. Like, I don't like these girls. They're not my type of girls. And this, that, and third. They're not the dime. So, like, he already feels like he doesn't, like, I deserve so much better. I deserve these dimes and this, that, and the third. So, it's like, when you get there, you're with these, lower, maybe like 6s, 7s, whatever it is, maybe 5s, you feel like, oh, you know what I'm saying, I should be with this dime and I'm here with this. So your energy that you're giving these girls, they're probably like, ew, like,
I think
you're bugging. That's like you looking at you like, bro, you got You 100 pounds soaking wet with quarters in your pocket.
I think the problem is that the higher tier guys are still messing with the lower tier girls. So the lower tier guys, they still don't have no options because they can't get they can't even get the girls in their league because the guys that are above their league are taking them still. They still taking them. The guys don't mind. Like, you know what I'm saying? A lot of guys will date a girl who work at McDonald's and be like, whatever. They don't really care. It's not even like a thing. Yeah. However, you know what I'm saying? Those guys who work at McDonald's, now they asked out because they can't get them because they being taken by the guys that are, you know, above them. And again, it's up to those guys to kind of improve themselves so that way they can be in like a better situation. But I just think it's tough. And now you got AI making so the situation it's making it worse.
Well, yeah.
Because now
it's making it so much easier to just disconnect.
Exactly. That's why I'm saying it's making it worse. Because now it's even easier to be like, you know what, the girl at my job who work at McDonald's with me, she don't want to talk to me.
She don't even want to talk to me.
So
like,
you know what?
She's in my tax bracket and she hates
exactly.
me. Like,
she's not even trying to get me.
But like maybe you need the girl that work at Wendy's who don't want to. Maybe the girl don't want to. You know what I'm saying? Like mess with somebody at her job. You don't shit what you eat.
True,
like,
of course,
you know
but a lot of times that's what people meet people is like at work, at school, or whatnot.
Yeah, that's true.
Like
that's where you met T, right?
Nah, I met her through mutual friends. Like so, it's one of the rare
I thought it was like at work.
Nah, no. CJ went to school with her, and CJ was friends with like some other people that she was friends with, and like we wind up crossing paths, whatever the case. But like you and Abby, you met her what at work?
I met her at work, yo.
You know what I mean?
Sure did.
So like a lot of couples that I know met at work. I mean, granted, I do know a lot of couples.
But we didn't work in the same place though.
Right, but it was still.
But I met her, yes.
Working.
In my yeah.
Like you know what I mean? So
we worked in the same building.
In the same building, same area.
I did security, so like.
Yeah.
I was like the security, I guess, in her building.
And you know, you guys met like that, like you know, and that's how
but
a lot of
we
people.
We weren't like in the office together, so it's like it wasn't almost like a shit where you eat type of deal,
right?
You know what I'm
but
saying?
I get that, like a lot of people don't necessarily.
They don't really want to do that because if it, if it doesn't end good, then it's awkward at work, you know, especially for girls.
Right.
Girls
and again, even in school, like if you in college or whatever the case may be, you 19 in college or whatever, some of the girls in college. Instead of messing with the other 19-year-olds, dating the 19-year-olds that's in the same like situation with as them or whatever, the 25-year-old dudes want them.
Yeah.
And they taking them from the 19-year-olds.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
which is crazy.
Yeah. Like, so it's like it just messed up. Like, you know, it's kind of you almost gotta be ahead already.
Yeah.
To like, you know, and again, the AI is making it way worse because now you got all these guys who are just deciding to use this virtual girlfriend versus trying to, you know, either improve themselves or like, you know, be social enough to.
The dating pool is shit too.
It is.
Yeah, it's shit too. Oh man, fuck married life. Thank God.
Right, I guess you're right, out of the game. So
yeah,
it's just
you know,
like
so it's like,
but,
when you look at it and you're like, damn, like this is what you're going through. Like, oh
but again,
my God,
it's like when I was
you can't even
younger,
get a date. Like you can't get a date. You have to talk to like a fake person on your phone. That's crazy. Back in the day, at least you could call the number and it would be a real person. You know what I'm saying? The hotlines. It'd be $1 a minute.
Yeah. I know
be $1 a minute, but you know, it was a real girl. You know what I'm saying? But
now you got the AI. It's like so now it's
the AI is kind of cool because it remembers shit. You know, like
you know, there's a movie. The movie with your boy.
Who?
So the movie is called Her with Joaquin Phoenix.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's the same. So like he got divorced and then like he started dating this AI and like the AI just started learning from him and you know became like a really like a good girlfriend or whatever, like, you know, and to the point where he fell in love with this artificial intelligence.
So what extent are we going to here? Like, is it just going to be on the phone or is it going to be like, you know, like I'm going to order this like robot from China and
it's happening. It's happening. Like, you're going to be ordering a robot.
So now what happens, you know, with like reproduction? You know what I'm saying?
I think it's going to only, I feel like right now, a lot of not having enough children, at least at least in
Well,
America.
in China, definitely.
In China, they're
really
having a
big
problem. Yep.
population issue.
But
Yeah.
part of that is because they put limitations on how many children you can have in the first place. It ain't
Yeah.
necessarily because the dating pool is so messed up.
No.
It's just because
actually,
they had
over
said.
there,
I mean, I'm sure that's part of
over
it.
there is where we probably got all the idea for the AI girlfriends and shit like that, because they have like a rent a girlfriends in like Japan and shit like that. Which, I mean, I think it's kind of cool that they have shit like that. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like, if you wanted to rent a girl, or a guy for like a wedding or something, it's like, yeah, just like, I don't need a date. I can just like rent a person.
Yeah, but
for
to me
my
that's
plus
weird.
one.
If you ain't got a date, just don't.
Well, don't go.
Just
But
don't. Don't go. Just don't bring a date. Just
Well, yeah.
show up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, and do your thing. And it's like, as far as like it goes
But
for
some
like,
people, some people are embarrassed. Some people don't want to, maybe you're the hot, the big dog in your family. Like, oh my god, like, even like my
Yeah.
little cousin's going with a date. Like, I need a date. Fucking, you know what? I'm just gonna rent this girl for the day.
I don't really know how you could claim to be the big dog if you can't get a single date. You can't even get like.
Apparently, AI is his girlfriend.
Yeah,
in this world. So what he did was just got a robot, transferred the AI memories into that, and now he's got a real life girlfriend.
And as far as like reproduction goes, like it's gonna slow up. It's gonna dry up because again, the guys, instead of trying, it's just gonna be way easier to get this AI robot to come over to your crib and do whatever you wanted to do, and it's gonna be
Reproduction
the perfect girlfriend on top of it.
And reproduction actually could happen, because we could get to a point where you could artificially grow
100%
a
see that
womb
inside the robot.
and be like, yo, we have like females
Right,
sell their
exactly.
eggs. We just get an egg, boom, boom. Now you have.
I could see that for sure. I mean, probably a little ways from that.
No,
but,
we're probably like 100 years from that. Maybe not even.
But I could 100% see that. I think the robot AI girlfriends is coming, and it's a lot of people.
I'm letting you know, as soon as that stock drop, I'm
Oh,
buying
yeah.
it.
Buy.
That's like getting in
Buy.
on Google
Yeah,
early.
buy in
Matter of
on
fact,
that
we should buy some of
instantly.
that stock for this AI girlfriend shit, because if that business is booming, then let's make some money.
Yeah, and they might be the ones
Alright,
to,
my fault,
to
Pez.
they
Chill,
might
chill,
be
chill.
some of the ones to wind up developing or help developing the robots, and then you can get in on that. You can get in on that early.
Yeah,
So, but like
that would be nice.
It's crazy, and I'm curious to see
How
how
far
far
it
it
goes?
goes, and I'm
Yeah,
curious to
yeah,
see like
yeah.
if there's a way to like to stop it at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Because how do you stop this?
You don't, because this is it's moving forward. It's the progression of life, right? So we're already at this phase and this stage in life where technology is going to be it already is an integral part of human society. It's going to continue to be a part of the human race. It's going to continue to grow, and we can't stop the technology because, man, the aliens don't want us to.
I mean, we can't stop technology at all, but
Every time an alien plane crashes here, we get new technology. So
yeah, I mean, it'd be.
I think they're starting to do it on purpose.
I would love to know how much stuff has been reverse engineered into
Cell phones.
Yeah, like cell phones and things like that. I mean,
Every-
again, I'm still
every-
not convinced that there's aliens that's
every-
been here yet.
Oh, I'm convinced.
Nah, I haven't. There just hasn't been enough proof.
The government said.
No, the government said they don't know what's going on.
No, the government said, source, trust me, bro. They're out there.
All right, like I need some more definitive.
You want to see one?
I don't even need to see one. I just need scientists around the world to all unanimously agree that there is some sort of intelligent life that came from somewhere else. Period.
What if it was like the dentist commercial, like 4 out of 5 scientists agree?
Depending on who the scientists are, then yeah.
Bill Nye, Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Only two
That's
scientists.
it. That's
that
the
you know.
only two scientists that I know. No, Albert Einstein. Can we use dead people?
No, we gotta use.
Some type of physicist of some sort. What about the dude from fucking
Don't say it. The guy from Ancient
Ancient
Aliens.
Aliens?
I knew you was gonna say
George,
that.
what's his
bro.
name? George Tissalakis.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about. The dude with the
You're
crazy hair.
ridiculous.
He's a scientist, I think.
You're ridiculous. I forgot the guy's name. I'm trying to find him. The guy, he be on the George.
All of the credible ones, all the good ones. Bill Nye, George Tissalakis.
Yeah, like I said, if I got some credible scientists that would say like yes they exist or whatever, and then sure, but they haven't said that, so that's
I'm pretty
not-
sure Neil deGrasse Tyson has pretty much alluded to the fact that there's definitely life.
No, he has said, him and both Elon Musk has both agreed that like if there were some aliens here, there would kind of be some sort of like obvious proof, and that's what they would need or whatever. I think like Elon Musk, I think he said like, you know, if there was like a pure titanium cube that was perfect and it was just found somewhere.
Elon Musk would say
He's like, then like I'd be like, sure, aliens, but like we ain't never found no shit like that. So like that's not like the like, you know what I mean? And Neil deGrasse Tyson is just like with all the cameras and all the phones and all of this and all of that, we still ain't found concrete proof. No, I need.
because maybe they have
concrete proof.
cloaking devices. Maybe they have fucking things to make sure that like you feeble-minded humans.
Sure, that
You know what I'm
100%.
saying? Like,
I agree with that. But
we're not ready
it's
for
still
the
not there.
Galactic Federation.
I don't think we are. It'd be World War IX if aliens showed up
Oh
tomorrow.
my god.
Yeah, I'm just skipping all the rest of them. Straight
Imagine
to 9.
if like aliens boom pulled up and they're like, yeah, we were just about to accept you guys, and then you shot a nuke at us and we blocked it and we're never coming back.
That'd be something likely what might happen.
Man,
But
we've just been chatting the shit here today. I like it.
yeah, I think that's the episode.
Is that?
Yeah, that's
There we go.
it. We've kind of hit our
Ladies
marks.
and gentlemen, we're done.
Um,
You got something to say, Bells? You got something to say, Bailey?
but yeah, this was great. Kind of can't wait for next episode.
Yeah. What's the next episode looking like?
Spoilers.
Try to get them for you guys.
He always tries, but
I do
like,
try.
you
I
know,
do
we're
be
not-
trying,
We're not
but-
spilling the beans.
Not today. One day. One day, I'm sure. I'm sure one day. I'm just gonna say it so like casually, and nonchalantly. It's just like, yeah. So what about the topics for next week? You're just gonna be like, boom. I'm like, we got him, coach. And then you're just gonna bleep out what the
See?
things are. You're just like,
That's why I
"Bleep, bleep, bleep."
can't give you like the episode rundown until like right before, or at least until like after or whatever. So you don't even know what's on the next episode because I ain't tell you yet. You know what I'm saying?
And that's how that cookie crumbles.
But yeah. So this is a Imposter Syndrome podcast.
Yes, sir.
With Rich Banks
Your boy.
and Quay Jones.
Your other boy.
And yeah, this was a great episode.
Guest appearance, Bailey. Your girl.
She kind of intervened midway, but
She
that's
just
cool.
chilling.
I'm sure y'all love the doggy. She loves y'all.
She just be chilling. She
But
just wants mad love.
yeah, so I guess we gonna catch them next time, right? We
Next
gonna do this
episode.
again.
Sure.
I think yeah, we might drop this. I might drop this episode tomorrow. Truthfully, I usually
Let's
do it on
go.
like Sundays, but I think tomorrow.
It's gonna be a long day. Oh yeah, actually tomorrow.
Oh yeah, no, that's Sunday.
Sunday. Oh.
Yeah, but we're not letting
Wait,
the cat
it's
out the
not
bag
Saturday.
yet.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
forgot.
we're not letting the cat
Alright.
bag because we're gonna have a special
Big thing about me.
episode for that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
we're gonna do that. Yeah,
we
we're
about
gonna
to have
do
a
that.
lit-
So, yeah,
alright,
it's
cool,
going,
cool.
yeah. Couple episodes, guys. We got something special. It's gonna be cool.
No spoilers.
No spoilers.
No spoilers right now because that's actually a good one. That's one I would like to keep.
Yeah. So all right, cool. Yeah, Passenger Podcast.
You dig?
Rich Banks,
Your boy.
Quay Jones.
Your other boy.
We got Bailey here.
Your girl.
We gonna catch y'all next time.
You dig?
Peace.